warm welcome everyone, thank you for joining me once again. My name is Nick, we're on the zxspectrum 48K and we're playing a game, as you can see, called Captain Kelly. This one was published by Quicksilva in 1986. It's a bit of a maze game which also came out on the Commodore 64. Now it's a bit of a convoluted story, but to abbreviate it somewhat, you are a spaceship delivery man and your ships have been overtaken by robots and you must infiltrate the ships and attack all the robots and gain control. So here we are in this maze game. I'm that black figure walking around and the robots are guiding around too. There's teleports about the place, but we must get to a number of rooms. Let's get this teleport to work. We must get to a number of rooms culminated in the master control room where we can suddenly control the ship elsewhere. Now the screen colour has changed when we teleported to different levels. The gun you start off with is quite weedy, so you can't destroy the robots quickly, but I believe you can get upgrades. Now you see on the top there's my energy. Each time I'm getting shot by these robots I'm losing a bit of energy. Oxygen is gradually going down, although we can replenish that at certain terminals. And we've got a set amount of ammo which goes down, which again can replenish at certain terminals. And that's about it really. So let's just wander around. It's annoying me a little bit. This magenta screen, yeah, or I can't get round there for some reason. Now the robots do get in the way. Their path I think is random. Sometimes you can get stuck somewhere and you can't progress any further. So, as a kid, I think most of the time, and I think most kids' experience of this would have been, not sure what the hell you was doing, just wandering around having fun with the robots and trying to find a path around it. So I'm not sure how many times you would have gone back to it. Interesting as it is, for a small while at least, there's not a great deal to it. So get to the master control room, try and find objects to pick up, if indeed there are any. Destroy all the robots, gain control of the ship. Now, if you're a delivery man, why are you called Captain Kelly? The delivery boy wouldn't be the captain, would he? Unless he's on hard times. Maybe he's got demoted. Teleport. Good. Now we're on to a red screen. The aliens, well, I say aliens, they're robots, they're the same everywhere. Why we just can't put on an electronic device like an EMP to short circuit them all, I do not know. This is the future, maybe there's a reason why you can't. They got special technology or something. Right, there's a terminal there, what does that do? Does it do something? Nothing seems to be going up. Right, don't know. You don't know what you're doing. So it's quite colourful, isn't it? But it won't go down in history as a classic. Quicksilva did publish quite a few games. Some were a lot better than others. You might not have heard of this at all. I'm not sure how it plays on the Commodore 64. If you have played it on that, let me know. And as always, if you had one of these games as a kid, because you did tend to play the games you had more, because, you know, you had to go out and buy stuff, unless you copied them in the playground, which we didn't do, did we? No. So you might have completed this, you owned it back in the day, give it a bit more time. If you did, what happens at the end? Let us all know. Captain Kelly! And this is looking a little bit smelly at the moment. Yeah. Right, how's the ammo doing? Now, if I die quite quickly here, I have got a cheat for infinite energy, which you might do to do a bit of exploring, but I think we've pretty much seen everything the game has to offer. Wander around, get stuck between robots like this. Yeah, I'd say I've got no chance here. Right, that one's eventually destroyed. Get stuck between robots, wander around different levels, which are different colours, to make you think that you're actually getting somewhere, which you probably aren't. A map would be very helpful in this game, but there are quite a few Spectrum games where you do wander around a bit clueless, that you only got vague memories as a kid. You might have forgotten the name of this game if you owned it, so if you just seeing it again, no energy left. Just seeing it again after about 30, 40 years, then hooray, 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 hooray. 1986. Does that work out 40 years? No, because that takes us to 2026. Well, you know, you might be watching this years after it's gone up, so well done you. I do like that graphics of Captain Kelly. It looks a bit orange, so they've merged yellow and red. That's a clever trick of the eye. There was no orange on the Spectrum. Right, here we go. Level 1. Let's go a different way. I should have infinite energy now, touch wood, but I can see it's still going down. Maybe it'll go back up again. Yeah, definitely need a better weapon here from somewhere. Get out the way. It's going to blow up eventually, this thing. Right, we're in a Terminal 1. Current status, energy 100%. Right, so that isn't going down. Oxygen there, ammunition 60. There's all the armour. The control room's closed. We need to get that open. And there's how many robots are left on each stage. I thought I blew one up there. Maybe not. I like the white coloured one the best, the white coloured level, but you know, they have to make it different to make you think you're getting somewhere. The graphics, well, they're sort of nicely shaded around it. It's more of a curio rather than a brilliant game, this. I don't think I'll ever be loading it again after this. It's, yeah, not sure how it scored back in the day. It is a little bit boring, to tell you the truth. It's very boring, isn't it? And it's a little bit frustrating as well, because these robots don't seem to know you're there. They just go round at random, firing at stuff. There's a bug robot there. Yeah, right, okay, I've tricked him. Let's go around. But they do fire when they see you, which isn't very nice. Right, let's take control of this ship for some reason. And they always only send one person in, don't they, to sort this out. Yeah, the worst case ever of one person sorting it out, well, they didn't start off as one person, is Ellen Ripley in the film Alien. Watch that. The best of the Alien films in my opinion, but some people say Alien's the sequel, but I like the first one. It does have the suspense of that. It's just one person against this thing. One on one. There's another terminal there. Is that going to give us any updates? Or maybe it give us some more ammo. Ammo's looking a bit low. Terminal 4. Sounds like it's an airport. Visitors left. Armory 5. Infirmary 2. Radio control room 2, which I haven't found. Where are those blinking rooms? I'm probably walking past them the whole time. If you know any tips for this, let me know. The instructions I've got for it are quite brief. Not that I'm a big reader of instructions. If you're watching this the same day it's gone up, Saturday, I'm probably at work. We tend to put 2 Spectrum games up a day. Well, on the Saturday, I should say. If you're watching this and haven't subscribed, please consider doing so, because it does help the channel survive. You know, YouTube algorithms try and guess how many people are watching, how many people are commenting, how many people subscribe when they watch it, and it all helps to help grow the channel, because it's a very tough game. But, yeah, I'll keep bringing you the vids regardless of what happens, time permitting. Hooray! And this one's Captain Kelly, which I bet you're well pleased you've seen. I'm not sure how many of you will be tracking this down who own a real Spectrum or emulation after this. You might track it down and play it a couple of times just to see is it really as dull as this. After that, you'll probably never play it again. Or, don't let me tell you what to do. You might think it's the best game ever. You might think it's an amazing bit of coding. I know coders who watch this channel probably see things in a slightly different light. They see the impressiveness of certain bits, although they might like the whole game. So if you're a coder watching and some of this is impressing you, what bit is impressing you? The way the aliens move around, the robots move around, the mount moving on screen at the same time? But the gameplay itself is flawed. Sound is pretty standard for the Spectrum 48K, I would say. So overall, this is a plain, average game. You wouldn't rip your hair out if you'd bought it quite cheaply. Hopefully it was a budget game. It doesn't say in my notes. Yes, should have written that down. Should have looked that, but I'm sure someone will comment below. They normally do, with how much this cost. Get to the main master control room. I don't know what level that is on. Is this teleport going to work? Come on, maybe it's run out of go-go juice. I think you have to be pixel perfect here. Come on. Oh man, bit of colour clash there as you can see, but who cares? Right, off to the red level again. Oops. Right, a teleport worked twice in succession there. Off we go. That's a terminal. Why can't I get in there? Oh no, that's replacing my oxygen. Right, so that's an oxygen replenishment chamber. If you run out of oxygen, you're dead. So this ship's got no oxygen on. These robots weren't twits. They knew that humans need oxygen, and they don't. What's that over there? Is that something we can pick up? I don't think so. I'm pressing different buttons. If there's a button I should press to activate that, let me know, but it's not doing anything. I'm guessing that might be quite important to the completion of the game. Yeah, but I don't know it. Well done. How are you enjoying Captain Kelly so far? Yeah. There's no sequel to this game. Quicksilva. What's your favourite Quicksilva game? We've probably reviewed quite a lot of them. As I say, this is one of their lesser known ones. But it is clever with the teleports, but I would have liked a bit more variety in the aliens, or the robots, I keep calling them aliens. Maybe they could be a little bit different. Oh, what's that? There's something there. Now, it's either a terminal or something to pick up. There's one green bug in the way. Always say, well, red and green should never be seen. That's probably why. Green on red, slightly better than red on green. Right, I think it's just going to be a terminal, is it? Yeah, it's a terminal again. Terminal 6, current status. And we don't seem to be making any progress at all. I've got no ammo. I need to get that back. Yeah. Where the hell's the radio room? It's the room with the radios in, I presume, but where it is, I do not know. Yeah, maze games, eh? Whenever I review a maze game, I might mention a few other ones. My favourite one, I'd have to say, we will split the room with this one. My favourite one is Maziacs. I love that game. Maziacs. Check that review out if you haven't already. You control a stickman, but it's still a good game. Best sort of like 3D-ish game, just for nostalgia reasons, probably Escape. It's got dinosaurs in that one. That's quite cool. Being chased by dinosaurs. So dinosaurs are a lot more interesting than these robot things. If these things were on Robot Wars, I don't think they'd last very long. Yes. I always had this idea on Robot Wars that I put a friend in covered in tinfoil, so it's really a human wrapped up in metal paper, with just carrying a big axe. But none of my friends wanted to do it. I don't know why. Maybe they were scared of getting their legs buzzsawed off by something, but they could have just run around with an axe. No one would have ever known. Yeah, or if you want to really cheat, go into the future, get the liquid Terminator and put that in Robot Wars, and then yeah, Dermot O'Brien or Dara O'Brien, the commentator, the presenter, he'd be a bit surprised that that's going in smashing everything. But these robots here are quite basic. I'm sure if I just waited a while their batteries would run out. But progress made, Nick, absolutely zero. Yeah, so I don't think I can play this too much longer. We've seen all the gameplay. It's one of those mystery ones where you don't really know what you're doing. You're going to progress by sheer fluke, trial and error. Game, well, okay-ish, I suppose. It's pretty much damn in the middle. Only like it because it's got lots moving at the same time, but I don't get it. So, hope you liked having a look at that one. Well done, Nick. That was Captain Kelly on the ZX Spectrum, published by Quicksilva in 1986. Got any comments about this game, similar games, or anything retro, then please put that below. You're always more than welcome. Create a bit of activity on the channel. Until next time, take great care of yourself, and a very fond goodbye.
Goodbye.